What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to be taking a look at some more redonkulously exciting Keyforge news. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting another new house. Now, I know that technically in yesterday's video, I told you I would be surprised if they introduced two new houses at once. Whoopsie doodle. But in the video 3 weeks ago, 20 days ago, near enough, I told you two new houses were coming soon. So really, I did that thing where I predicted it both ways, so I can't possibly be wrong. This image has been posted by Fantasy Flight Games with the tagline, "Something out of this world will be landing on the Crucible." Now, bearing in mind it was just yesterday where they posted, "Something big is coming to the Crucible." And now, we've actually got a little bit more information on the house we looked at yesterday. But more on that in a minute. Let's focus on the new house, even though they haven't been revealed. Now, the fact that two of them are coming shouldn't be a massive surprise. I did show you that deck box with the stickers and the two question marks. These deck boxes are being officially revealed at Gen Con. We know that. The company making them have been teasing a lot, to be honest. And we know they're being revealed at Gen Con. I'm sure they've said that. I don't think the sticker sheet is actually going to be printed with the two question marks. I think the sticker sheet is going to be printed with the 7 houses we've already had, plus the Ammonite one from yesterday, plus the star from today. I believe that when we get these deck boxes, we will actually get all 9 of the actual house stickers. I think those question marks were purely just placeholders to avoid the houses leaking out properly. Could be wrong about that, but that makes sense to me. So we're getting another new house, and honestly, this one's pretty easy. It's going to be some kind of spacefaring house. I mean, we've got a star with what is clearly the ring of a planet, not unlike a ring you would see on something like Saturn. And it screams space at you with the star and the ring and all of that. Plus the tagline, "Something out of this world will be landing on the Crucible." Out of this world, landing, star, ring like on a planet. This is clearly some spacefaring race. Now, of course, that in and of itself is kind of interesting, because we already have a spacefaring race in Keyforge. We've already got Mars. So the big question that I have, and I have every faith in the designers of this game, this is a wonderfully designed game, but it still leads me to the question, how is this going to be differentiated from Mars? Because you've got two spacey kind of races. And the obvious answer is, as far as I'm concerned, now this is nothing more than speculation, but I feel pretty good about it. The obvious answer here is, Mars are little green men, whereas this new house is a little bit more human. I mean, when I look at this logo, there are two things that spring to mind immediately for me, and they are Captain Marvel, the Marvel comic superhero, and the rather related Nova Corps, also from Marvel Comics. That's what really springs to mind when I see this. The Nova Corps and Captain Marvel are really what I think of here, which you're talking humanoid, spacefaring kind of people. Now, where does this fit in? Are they people who are coming from the same planet, but they also explore space? Is it a section of a race that went away and are now coming back? I don't know is the honest answer, but I'm a little bit ridiculously excited about it nonetheless. One thing I do feel very, very good about is that there is going to be a rivalry between Mars and this new house. And that shouldn't terribly surprise you. We have rivalries in Keyforge at the moment. Dis and Sanctum have a very, very clear rivalry. In the new set, we got Onyx Knight and Opal Knight. And if you have a look at the artwork for the set, they actually make a complete picture, which is kind of cool. Although interestingly enough, back in Call of the Archons, the first expansion, we did have the Common Cold, which was an Untamed card, which was a real, like, over-the-top anti-Mars card. Like, really ridiculously, it literally read, deal 1 damage to each creature, you may destroy all Mars creatures, which implied a little bit of a rivalry between Mars and Untamed, but certainly not on the level of Sanctum and Dis. And I mean, Dis, you've basically got the underworld demons and the righteous kind of biblical knights. I mean, come on. Biblical's probably too narrow. Let's say religious. There's clearly some kind of religious order thing going on with Sanctum. In terms of how the house will play, I think it's too early to even try and make a guess at that. We really do have no idea. Mars generally tend to go for a bit of the old cheeky damage. Look at cards like Mothership Support or Orbital Bombardment. And similarly with Mars, we do see quite a bit of using them extra, if that makes sense. So you've got cards like Squawker, like John Smith, like Soft Landing, that do allow you to essentially use cards earlier than you would usually be able to. So we can probably stay away from that a little bit with the new house. But bearing in mind, there's a million different mechanics that none of us have even thought of yet that could be introduced into the game. Now, this does lead to a couple of other really interesting questions. Are we going to have any more houses revealed at Gen Con? No. Incidentally, right, like I said in yesterday's video, this has got to be Gen Con. Gen Con literally kicks off tomorrow. So these are going to be revealed at Gen Con. You cannot hint at, tease new houses for Keyforge the day before the biggest tabletop gaming convention of the year and not reveal them at said gaming convention. That would be silly. Plus, like I told you in yesterday's video, which I will of course link in the description, the fact of the matter is that last year Fantasy Flight Games really debuted Keyforge, gave out the first decks, etc. Plus, let's not forget that we know they're going to have a fairly big presence. I think there's 2 Vault Tours going on, etc. I think it's fair to assume that they are definitely being revealed at Gen Con. Will we have any other houses revealed? I would be absolutely stunned. I'm not terribly surprised that these 2 have been revealed, but I would be absolutely flabbergasted if another was revealed, especially because, well, remember, ladies and gentlemen, we had that reveal. And remember how there's space for 2 more? Yeah. So clearly there's only going to be 2 houses revealed. They could go and throw a complete curveball and give us a third, but I would be absolutely stunned. The next question, and this is a very interesting question. What happens with set 3 of Keyforge? Do they give us 9 houses and we just get 3 of the 9 in our decks? Or do they remove 2 houses and then put these 2 in instead? And I honestly don't have an answer. If it were me, I would remove 2 of them so we get a bit of a rotation going. The problem is, if you put 9 houses in now, and next time you introduce new houses and don't do that, you do take some of them out, people will be super angry. Easier to do it at the beginning, and we can't have like 14 houses to choose from. I think they're going to start setting up a rotation on a set-by-set basis. I wouldn't be surprised if there were 9 houses, but if you asked me to guess, which is kind of the point of these kind of videos, I think there's going to be 7 houses, and they are going to cut 2 of them. Not for good, just for wave 3. Now, as the lovely Rachel Trimble has pointed out, they cannot cut Brobnar, because we've had the Bracken merchandise revealed, which is going to be available for the first time at Gen Con. And there is a pin badge that you can get of a keyboard player who has not actually been revealed yet. Clearly going to be in wave 3. So even if they cut 1 of the houses, or 2 of the houses, it's not going to be Brobnar. Can't be Brobnar. Cheers, Rachel. Now, the last thing, And I find this very interesting. When they showed us the reveal for the Dinosaur house yesterday, some people still think it's going to be mermen. I am convinced it's going to be dinosaurs. I mean, firstly, that's clearly an Ammonite. An Ammonite clearly says dinosaurs more than mer people. And secondly, the tweet from Brad with dinosaur emojis. Now, don't get me wrong. I think we are going to get a mer people house. And we've clearly got the image on the card Terms of Redress that shows a creature from that house. It's just not going to be this house. And that's fine. We're going to get a mer-person house. It's not going to be this one. This one's going to be dinosaurs. Not official. I just refuse to believe anything else. Now, yesterday, they teased it with something big is coming to Keyforge. I just kind of assumed they meant, hey, big news, ladies and gentlemen, new house. But now they've teased this one with the little tagline, something out of this world will be landing on the Crucible. If the tagline for this house is hinting at the house, then so must yesterday's. So when they say something big is coming to Keyforge, they're not referring to, hey, this is big news. They mean that the creatures from this house will be physically big. Which, incidentally, only lends more credence to my it is definitely dinosaurs theory. If it's not dinosaurs, I will, of course, issue an apology in the videos I make from the Gen Con news when it's officially revealed, as well as over Twitter. But it's going to be dinosaurs, and you will hear boasting. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. 2 new houses are coming. They are going to be revealed at Gen Con. That's not official, but come on, we know it is. And that means, again, like I said yesterday, we are going to see a Gen 3 or a Wave 3 reveal. Again, there's not actually revealed, but I refuse to believe it's not going to happen. The only thing we know for certain, there's going to be a new house. Here's the logo. Although I suppose technically they haven't told us it's a new house. But I think we're going to get 2 new houses. They're going to be revealed at Gen Con during the Wave 3 reveal. I think all of that's fairly standard. And there's not really the same level of discourse today. Everyone's agreed that they are spacemen. Cool. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm hyped about the new house, and frankly, you should be too. So tell me how hyped you are in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we talk about all my favourite games. Keyforge is very much one of them, but there's others. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.